Hi, Kristi. Welcome to Align and Thriving. How are you today?
Hi, I am so good. Thank you for having me, Veronique. It's so lovely to be with you.
Yeah, I'm so happy you're here. So, for people who don't know about Kristi, we met last year in November in our fabulous trip in Egypt. It was so magical over there. A lot of things happened over there, and we're also going to talk about that. Because when I tell my friend what happened, they're always like, "Really?" So I need you to tell them, all right? So,
Oh, it was absolutely incredible in all ways. Big activations for all of us and all of the
my
temples,
God,
right? Egypt is just a living portal, and just stepping foot on the land there is quite activating. So we were all just
I know.
remembering past lifetimes together and being activated and activating.
Yeah.
So magical.
And that's something you cannot really understand until you really live it, right? Because I've been to Egypt before, maybe 10 years earlier, but as a regular tourist doing just, the temple visit and everything. But I never been as a retreat with a retreat, right? And when you do it with that intention, it's so much different. I mean, we saw miracle happening with some people. So, I mean,
Did. We did. I mean, it was really incredible. With all of us really, right? And Shahara, she's just the best of the best. Her and Robbie, they led us so clearly and with love and intention through, like you said, what could have been just like a normal experience of Egypt, but this was next level, absolutely next level. And we're so blessed to be able to
yeah,
be guided by them and to meet each other and have this like sacred container. It was the first time I really felt I've co-hosted retreats before and been on many retreats. And this was the first time that I felt it was just such this sacred container of all of us being together and helping each other activate and work through things and then experience these divine blessings and miracles together as a group and as this sacred soul unit that we were in this retreat and doing work for the earth and really, really
yeah.
profoundly powerful. Yes. Mhm.
So before we go further, I need to also say that you're clairvoyant, clairaudient, and you channel message from God. This way people will understand better, when we talk about all those things.
Yeah. Yes, I
Yes,
do.
so
Those are my
so many things happen over there. And they really took good care of us. Talking about you were not, I mean, I'm sure you were born with your gift, but you didn't discover your gift very young. It happened when you had your kids. So was it on the first? Because you have 5 kids, we have to tell everybody you have 5 kids.
I do.
I don't know how
Yeah.
you do that. I don't know how you do
It's a
this.
lot. It's a lot. I have a lot of help and support, but it's a lot, right? Especially nowadays. Mhm. It was common back then, right, to have 5 or more children, but now here in 2026, it's not so common. So, but
Yeah, but
yes,
you love
I
children, so
I do.
um, so can you tell us because I remember you told me because I asked you that question when I met you because your gifts were so unbelievable. I'm like, how did you feel this? When did that happen? So can you tell us what happened the first time you discover your gift?
Well, so I have these are God-given gifts that I have that I believe I have just remembered, right? Because when the soul has a gift, as we all do, the point on the earthly plane is to weed through everything that stands in the way of us aligning with those gifts or bringing them forward. So, they're definitely gifts that I believe I've had in many different lifetimes. And when they came forward in this lifetime, it was a very profound experience that happened after my second son was born. When my first son was born, I noticed that I was receiving messages from butterflies and angels. I was connected to like that angelic realm. And
Really?
I had always felt close to the angelic realm. I had gone to church and had this deep connection with Jesus and Mother Mary and the angels just from that view, very, very young, since 4 or 5, 6 years old. But then when I had my first son, I had these very clear angels that were following me, and I got to commune with them a little bit. And that was kind of the long and the short of it. Uh, I had an angel card deck. I would pull cards and I would kind of just begin to start to commune with the angelic realm. So then my second son was born, and the experience was really profound. I went into like a trance, and I was guided to hit my head up against the wall and blast open my third eye. And I saw a bright white triangle in my third eye. I didn't know what was doing. It was a trance-like state that I believe God was working through me. And then I laid down, and for about 24 hours, I was in this state. Um, yeah, and then everything changed from that moment. Colors looked different. I started being able to hear things, and that was really the onset of my gifts being awakened again in this lifetime. Not at all. My higher self, I think, was waiting for this moment. Oh no, this was very exciting. Exciting. Um, yeah, my higher self, I knew it was time. I knew it was exciting for me. And then I started on my awakening journey, and I was living in Los Angeles at the time. I started to do Kundalini yoga and meditation and breath work and all the modalities, sound baths and all the healing modalities to further awaken the gifts and remove the blockages and remove the things that were standing in the way of me being able to truly acclimate with what everything was. So then over time, I did healing work with a lot of other healers that would do Reiki and energy sessions on me to help shift things and awaken things. And that was about 15 years ago. And so it's always continuing. We're never a finished product, right? We're always working and learning and opening up and deepening our relationship with our true selves and opening up more gifts, right? It's an ongoing process or journey. So, but yeah, that's where it began for me.
And earlier you talk about church because you're Christian like me. And
Yes.
are you Catholic?
I was raised Catholic. My grandmother was Irish Catholic, but I don't go by any organized religion. I'm
Okay.
just
Because I think sometimes that's where the blockage also can come when you raise in a certain religion. I think because I was raised Catholic, I'm still Catholic, and I know I have gift, I know I could do something, but I think because of all
yes.
that teaching they tell you, don't do this, don't do that, in the Bible, etc., etc. You don't know who's going to
Yeah,
talk to you. So I think I have that blockage, definitely. I mean, I'm working on it, but I know there's a lot of blockage.
that I would identify more as programming. So it's not necessarily
Yes, also.
maybe an
Yeah.
energetic blockage from a trauma or this and that, but it's just a societal programming that's been on the people through the Roman Catholic Church from the very beginning of
Hmm.
that time that we've learned, right? And so the point is now to unlearn these things that are not true or that aren't in alignment with how it really is. They extracted a lot of pages out of the Gospel of Mary, Gospel of Thomas. They took the Gospels, the Gnostic Gospels, and they weren't even known. They've changed wording in
Yeah.
the Bible, right? So that's what's so beautiful now is being able to get back to as humanity, back to the truth of really what Jesus' teachings were. Mary Magdalene is now her energy and her teachings are being known now more than ever on this planet and throughout all the divine feminine work that we're all tuning into. Um, so organized religion in that way and all of the programming is definitely shifting to more of just the quantum truth of the universe and where it all began in that way. So it's exciting.
And for people who don't know Christy or never seen her, the one who are listening, check the video. I mean, she always looks like she's in trance, just so you know. The first time I met her, I thought she was just beautiful with lights. I could see there was something in you. Yes. I think I even told
Wow,
you.
thank you. You never told me that. No, thank
I
you.
think I
Oh,
told you. I think I told you in Egypt, or maybe I told somebody else. But I was like, she always looked like she's always in another world. Like she's with us, but she's not really with us. She looks like, little angel who just arrived on Earth. She's ready to go back in a minute. I mean, that's my impression I have of you. Every time I see
beautiful.
you, I'm like,
Thank you. That's a huge compliment to me. So thank you. That's,
oh,
you
I
know,
think the
I
outside matches the inside. Definitely, you can see. I mean, when we look at you, you can see that there's something going on. There's something definitely different because you said you stay in trance for 24 hours. I think it's been 15 years. They never stop.
it might be, right? I thought it was 24 hours. True. That's actually true. Even my children, they'll say, "Mom, why
Yeah.
did I have to tell you that 5 times?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even tell you." Like, they're like, "Where were you?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I was here, but not."
No,
So,
not
yeah,
really.
not really. I was, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. I love that you can see it because, if you can see it in me, it exists in you. So that's beautiful.
Oh, I like
And
that. Thank.
yes,
So
um,
something I really want to talk about today because this is your thing and I don't think a lot of people know about it. I didn't know anything about it before I met you. Is Sophia Christ Light.
yeah, thank
So
you. Yeah.
what is this? What is Sophia? What does it represent? There's the word Christ in it. So what is this?
Yes, thank you for asking. The Sophia Christ is, if I can explain it just most simply, is we all know Jesus or Yeshua and his teachings of the Christ light or the Christ consciousness and being the Son of God, the right hand of God, right? The human form on earth of God. So Sophia is the divine feminine aspect of God. So you can think of her as the feminine Christ. So, and because if you even just think logically, right? Nothing is just masculine or just
Exactly.
right, that one
Yeah.
right-sided masculine. Everything is masculine feminine and the balance of the Sophia Christ creates that light or that oneness with source. That creates that third energy of connection straight to source. So that wasn't taught in all of
No,
the things
it
we've
wasn't.
learned, right? A lot of us don't know that. I personally didn't even really understand that or know that myself until uh, very profoundly last summer when I was on the pilgrimage to the steps of Mary Magdalene in south of France. I very much was in alignment with knowing Yeshua in the ethereal form, working with him in healing work, talking to him from my own heart, and obviously going to church and reading the Bible and having his teachings come through that way. But yeah, Sophia is not mentioned, talked about as much. Um, it's the exalted form of Mary Magdalene. So Mary Magdalene and Lady Nada and Isis and Mother Mary and the archetypes of that divine feminine consciousness, the exalted form, um, in alignment with the Christ consciousness is Sophia and her consciousness, and them together create that one light of God or source. And
It's
so
so beautiful.
it
It's beautiful.
It is so beautiful, and it's actually a living template that each one of us have as humans. It's not just in women or divine feminine, but each human has the living codes and templates of the Christ and Sophia consciousness. So my work is to help people align with that and awaken and activate those codes within, and then merge them together for that sacred union or oneness, or the sacred marriage, the heart chamber. And that light and that energy is what is really transformative. And
I believe it. I
it's
believe
really
it.
transformative.
Yes.
It's my work now on this planet, um, to awaken us, the women, and help us of ourselves, and then reach that state of Sophia uh, consciousness, and then merge it with the Christ consciousness that is already anchored here on the planet and within.
Do you do that during your women circles? Because I see that you do a lot of women circles. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. After the pilgrimage I was mentioning in France, I came back and I started hosting circles just focusing on Mary Magdalene and her lineage and her teachings and her priestess way. And then that shifted and transformed into now just the Sophia aspect, and the merging of the Sophia Christ. So it's been the circles for me have only been about a year now. But it's came to me recently. There's other ways in which I'm going to be channeling and embodying and doing these teachings. Um, I'm going to write a book on it.
Ooh,
Uh,
oh my God.
yeah,
Ooh, an
I'm writing
author.
a book.
All right. I
Uh,
can't wait. Yeah.
yeah, I asked God, just really. I said, if these are the teachings and this is my gift to humanity and what my work is, what's the best way in which I can reach the most amount of people? Because when I'm in circle, there's only so many women in the circle. I want everyone to do this. The whole world ultimately is the goal, right? So God said, write a book. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really a book writer. I didn't even really read books, to tell you the truth. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that and continue the circles. And then host retreats and co-host retreats, and bring the transmissions there, and yeah, and probably have a workshop later on too, and maybe like a little workshop in school that people can learn and do all these things on their own, just guided from me. So yeah, open to any more ideas too, because these transmissions are so important, and everyone, I believe, um, should have them. Well, they have them, but should awaken them. So
So
yeah.
it's funny. Before you went on that trip with Shehera, you didn't really know a lot about Mary Magdalene. You were not really into this. And then after that retreat, he opened up your mind.
Actually, what I can say is I didn't know much about Sophia before the trip, and that aspect of the consciousness. I very much knew about Mary Magdalene, and I had
Okay.
been,
All right.
yeah, I had been working with her energy for many years before. Shortly after that awakening that I was explaining, when I had the triangle on the third eye, a couple years after that, I had major visits from her and Yeshua, and visions and everything. And um, I knew that I had to go to France to her cave years before I went. I had been waiting a long time to go, and then the opportunity came through Shahara and a couple of the other women that we were there together. There was four of us. And I said, okay, this is it. We're going. I'm going. Finally, the time has arrived. I feel like I've been waiting years and lifetimes for this. So when I was there, it just felt natural just to be in those steps of where she was. Yeshua showed up a few times, which was really incredible. And I got to go in and have that deep remembrance, which I believe a lot of the women do now. There's a lot of people that are leading these pilgrimages and these retreats, and a lot of women that have awoken their gifts and this priestesshood. And, um, it's happening across the planet on a large scale. So for me, when I was there, I just had these deep remembrances in the caves, and I remembered, having time in prayer and in silence and prayer, like Mary did a lot during that lifetime, especially when she was in France and Yeshua was in ethereal form. So she had a lot of time by herself, and she did a lot of that. Um, and it just became clear, and you're able to go there and embody that and remember it. But what I didn't know was Sophia. And it came to me the last day there of that
Oh,
pilgrimage. Yeah. So,
so Shehera, she knew about Sophia Christ Light or not, or that's just you? That's something that you do. Did she
um,
know about that?
I don't think she necessarily knew about, she probably had awareness of it. I'm sure Shahara, she's so wise and aware. I'm sure she's had awareness of the Sophia. Um, but during that pilgrimage, we didn't really talk about that, or we we weren't in tune with that until that very last day. And then I shared with Shahara after that, um, this is what came to me. This is what, this is what my teachings are. So, and then now she's supporting me in that so much, and it's just
Yeah.
beautiful. She's such a support. So,
And you're going back again in
yeah,
June.
we're going back again on Sunday.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
this is
so
crazy.
yeah, she turned it into that was just a pilgrimage of us four to really truly pilgrimage. I mean, we were eating in the back of the car and going through the woods and true pilgrimage. But this is going to be a real retreat, just like Egypt was, like really
God.
nicely done and in
Yeah.
castle and
Shehera, castles,
yeah, exactly.
castles and limousine waiting for you at the airport, and
Yeah,
minions.
exactly. Right? Yes. It's like it's the modern priestess way. I mean, we're
I
queens.
know.
Like, hey, this is 2026, right? Like, let's go.
We're just waiting for the private jet.
Yes. Yay.
That's
That
us.
I promise you that is on its way.
Oh
Okay?
my
I
God.
promise you.
I mean, well, hopefully I'll be able to do the this retreat next year. Oh, I
I
can
hope
wait.
so. Yes,
Yes,
please.
I
Please,
can wait to
please.
go. Are you going to be part of this? Or, because now
Yeah.
it's like you're part of the staff also. Are you going to be part of this every year, or are you just going this year because you can?
No, I mean, I feel so connected and called with Mary Magdalene. I'll be there every year. Just count on
You
me.
will?
I'll be there. Hi
Cool.
guys. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's
Okay,
my heart.
perfect.
So definitely be there. And we'd love to have you. I can't wait for that. That's good
Oh,
for
I'm
us.
going.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
because
Yeah.
I'm going to go visit my family, and I have family that is in Toulouse. So I'm gonna go there
Really?
anywhere. Yes, when I saw that on the way back is Toulouse, I'm like, perfect. They can just drop me up at the
Oh,
airport, and I go
yes.
see my family. Yeah,
Exactly. Oh, that's wonderful. You should
I
do
know.
that. You should absolutely
It's
do
just
that.
perfect. I know, just perfect.
Yeah, and it's in
Um,
summertime too, so it's great
yeah,
for summer vacation to be
June is
there.
perfect. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yes. Good.
So let's talk about kids because you love children and you have a foundation.
Yes. Yes.
So you do a lot of quantum healing. Is there a difference when you do healing with adult and with children? Because we don't have the same, you don't have the same issue, I guess, right?
So there's not a difference in the way that the energy's channeled. There's a
Okay.
difference usually in the way and the receptivity of the person. So I've found if you want to know the differences between adults and children is children are much more open and receptive and heal faster. Right, and think about it, they're younger, they haven't spent that much time on the earthly plane, they don't have as much things to work through, so they pick up real quick. and heal usually very fast, just like they do with other ailments, right? The flu or a cold,
Yeah, that's
usually
true.
children will get over it in 4 days, and us adults maybe take 2 weeks. So it's the same concept.
I know. I know. Do you do Reiki on them?
Yes,
You need
yeah.
Reiki?
It technically it's Reiki, but it's my own form.
Yeah.
So I use the word Reiki for people that don't really understand the energy of it, because there
Hmm.
really is no other word to explain it. Um, but I want to say it's like, well, it's God's. I'm the vessel. So let's be clear on this. I'm the vessel for God's healing energy that's being channeled through me. And it looks different than how I originally learned Reiki. It's similar, but the symbols that come out of my hands most recently are more of like sacred geometry and
Really?
colors.
Different
Yeah,
symbols. Different symbols.
different symbols,
Oh,
geometric symbols with color and light. Um, I work mostly with the white light, and
I'm so
and
jealous.
so
I
it's
wish I could see stuff like you, but I don't see
you
anything. It's all
can. I'm
dark.
sure you
It's
can. No,
all
no.
dark.
I'm sure you also have these gifts, Veronique. They just have to be remembered. That's all, and
I know.
awakened,
Yeah.
which I'm sure. Because I will say this: if your soul is wanting something, no matter what it is, then that is something that you are already aligned with, or else your soul wouldn't have the desire to want
Hmm.
it in the first place. So that tells me if you want to be able to do that, then not only is there a version of you already existing in the quantum field that is doing that, but that also means that that imprint in your soul, your heart, is truth, and that's why you're wanting it. So confirmation for you that
I think
it's there.
sometimes I'm a bit scared. So, that could block, that blockage that we were talking about.
Of course. I mean, one of the major blockages is, yeah, scared, fear. Of course, that has to, yeah. And that usually mostly has to do with other lifetimes where you were using your gifts and you got in trouble for using your gifts. This is a common thing.
Oh,
Um,
in the
oh
past
yeah,
life?
especially priestesses. We've done a lot of healing work throughout lifetimes,
Hmm,
and
that could explain. That could explain. Yeah. I never thought
yeah,
about that.
oh yeah, oh yeah. That's usually the number one. Um, Scared to come forward with a gift, whether it be of your voice or of your hands or however the gift shows up. um 99% of the time is connected to the past, some past lifetime where you were ostracized for those gifts because you were so powerful, right? So same thing like the Roman Catholic Church was doing with the real teachings, with Mary's real teachings, um that they were so powerful, awakening the truth that we are all the same, we all have the same power in the way of being conduits of light, of source, that they wanted to squash it, right? So same with
Yeah.
people and their healing gifts over time. Let's work on it, because we're going to open that for you. I'm not going to let
Oh,
you
I'm
keep
working on
going
it.
like that.
No, I'm
Yeah.
working on it every day. I'm working on it,
Oh, are you? Oh,
meditating.
good.
I did a 3 months mentorship with Shehera, and she opened my horizon. You have no idea.
Oh,
It's
good.
life
Oh,
changing. And I came
good.
to Los Angeles to do the Reiki master training with her. It was 3 days with her. It was fabulous. I didn't want to leave. It was so nice.
Oh,
And
good. I'm glad you did that. That's amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, Tara is so powerful. I'm so glad you're doing
very
all that
powerful. Very.
and working with
And I
her.
thought I was going to,
Yes.
I thought I was going to see you, but you were in Fiji with your charity, doing charity work. So
Yeah.
your foundation is called Helping Hands to Heal the Children.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's talk about that. What is Fiji, by the way?
Oh,
Excuse me.
I would love to
Not
talk
too
about
shabby.
that. The Fiji is absolutely incredible island. And I've
Yeah.
been to a few islands now, right? Kauai many times. And then down where you're from in the Caribbean, a few of those islands.
Yeah.
Um, but this was my first time going to Fiji, and I was brought there by my son's school, the last year of his school, the last semester. The children get to go to Fiji and go learn what I see and call like the New Earth way, which is the Fijian way. Um, there's people on Earth that are naturally living the New Earth way, whereas people like us are ascending into that consciousness, that fifth dimensional consciousness of New Earth, but we're not necessarily living it in the daily practice of our daily lives yet. The Fijians do, and there's many villages, and I'm sure other people, Amazonian and people in Peru, and just to name a few, that are living this way. But for me, it was so beautiful to blend being there for the children and then also being able to witness truly the way of New Earth, which is, they're living on the land, off the land, they're fishing for their food, they're praying in the churches, they're playing games outside, they're going on hikes. There's no iPads and media and AI. I mean, they don't even have cars. It's the New Earth way. And they're such a beautiful people. They sing to you when you arrive, they sing to you when you leave. They're always happy and smiling. And the children are just awake and pure and gentle and kind. And yeah, so it was really beautiful experience. And it um it inspired me. Well, I got messages. I knew it was going to be a Helping Hands mission. Although we were going via my son's school, but I knew that it was interconnected with Helping Hands before I left. I just didn't know how. And when I was there, I received messages from God. It says, okay, I know you have projects going on at Helping Hands, which currently was to help the children in Uganda build a healing house for
Okay.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's street children in Uganda that really need help, serious help with what they
I
go
know.
through. Yeah, so I partnered with Shabani out of his organization is called Together for Transformation. And him and I partnered about 3 or 4 years ago to get together and build an orphanage or a healing house for these children. And we have
Oh,
a
bless your heart.
rendering.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we got the land and there's a rendering already made of what it's going to look like and everything. We just haven't moved forward yet with that project. So Helping Hands was able to support them in the village over Christmas and bring gifts and food to the children for Christmas. And Shabani, he dressed up as Santa and went to the children
My God.
and it was so cute. Yeah, it was so sweet. And they were so
My God,
happy,
that's sweet.
just to
Yeah.
have simple things. They were so grateful, which is beautiful. Uh,
Is there like a war going on over there?
in Uganda, I mean, not that I'm aware of, like not an
Okay.
actual organized war. No, no, not that
No,
I'm
okay.
aware
No,
of.
because there's always something going on,
Yeah,
in
I mean,
certain part of Africa. So,
it's a difficult place to be. He's actually from the Congo. Always war in Congo, so that's why he came over
yeah,
to Uganda.
that
But
was
Uganda's
that's the country I was thinking about. Yeah, Congo. Yeah.
Yeah, in Congo, there's always conflict, major. But in Uganda, not so much. It's more calm there in that regard. But still, injustice happening to the children there. But anyway, back to Fiji. So that project we still have at Helping Hands, and we will absolutely be completing and moving forward with. But I got a very clear message from God says, okay, this is the project for now. For now. And you're going to focus on Fiji and the Fijian village and the life and the kids and everything that the founder of the school had already created. Um, and just support that. I said, okay, let's do it. So um, we are going to have a retreat for children, I'm calling it the New Earth Children's Retreat.
I
And
love that. I mean, I told you already, I mean, no computer. I mean,
oh, yeah, I'm so happy. Thank you for that support because to hear
yes.
from moms like you that really would want their children to come here, I mean, or to come there. And, just think of it, spend a week or so, a week to 10 days, just on the land
Yeah.
and living that lifestyle and getting in tune with nature and ultimately the point is to get in tune with themselves and their truths and open their gifts and sitting in silence and sitting in meditation and having nightly sound baths and
Oh my
and
God.
going on
I'm
a
having my
guide.
balls.
Yes, please. You would be the sound bath facilitator. I would love that. Would love that. Yes,
Ah,
and going on a hike and to a waterfall and just being in silence so that you can connect back to yourself. And and that is really what the children need. The modern child or the modern teen or the modern pre-puberty child needs. We all need it. But as adults, we have these things. We have retreats we can go on. We have podcasts we can listen to. We do these modalities, right? But the children, they they need this too. Um, so yes, so I'm very excited about that project. It will be
I
happening
love
soon.
I love the idea of children meditating. I think it should be done in school for like I don't know, like 15 minutes every day or every week. I don't know. They should have meditation, in the program for kids.
Absolutely. Actually, a couple times a day would be best, just like for us.
Even better.
Right? I mean, we start our day at
Yeah.
7 a.m. and we close our day at 9 p.m. And there's a couple pockets of time that I get overwhelmed that I need to go, hey, okay, I got to take 10 minutes and just come back to center and come back rooted and grounded so that I can be myself and so that I can fill everybody else's cup up, right? So there's a lot asked of the children at school nowadays. If they're in a formal school, a public school or a private school or a Christian school or whatever school, if it's a formal and it's not a homeschool program, there's a lot asked of them, so yeah,
No,
meditation throughout the
no.
day would be wonderful. But these things are going to be happening in New Earth. So New Earth is being born. We are just having that split in consciousness now. It's anchored now fully, or it's anchored. The split is anchored and New Earth is anchored, but we're going to see the fruition of it in 2030 after the Great Solar Flash.
Oh, okay. So now we're having we're having a big
Now
declaration
it's a New
now.
Earth talk. It's a New Earth talk because you got me on children meditating in schools. So that's opening me to to the next thing, which is, yeah, school as we know it is going to change, is my point. And these things will be implemented in their own way in either formalized school or in newer school, where we are going kind of back to how like the Fijians live, as an example, and being more.
I can see you arriving in Fiji, floating away in the sea, your hair floating away with the light in trance.
Okay, that's actually
Loving.
kind of exactly as it was. I had this big flower lay and they were
Yeah,
singing to my son and and I was like taken back. Like it was the most epic
I
life
can see that.
moment. Yeah, and then we get on this boat and then the boat was like taking us in. There's like a rainbow. Like, oh
My
my God.
God.
It was it was
I
pretty
mean,
profound, I must say. Yeah.
talking about boat, I remember when we when we arrived in Egypt to the first, we took that boat, remember? And you saw there was the
Yes.
Isis palace, or not
Oh,
palace, the Isis
temple.
temple. I was going to say castle.
Yes.
Temple. And you're like, wait a minute, a hotel is facing this temple.
It's yeah.
and you just cried. I remember you saw
Oh.
Shahara, you're like, are you serious right now? And you just cried. And I was like, what's going on here? Because I didn't know anything about this. I'm like, why is she crying?
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, Shahara, of course, she did it so absolutely perfectly, of
Of
course,
course.
but I mean, that's pretty cool to show up to Egypt for your first time, me.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, ISIS and Hathor was the main reason why I was there for their teachings and activations.
Yes.
So I didn't, when I go on a retreat or anything, like I don't read the script. I don't know the plan. I don't even look at, I mean, I book the flight 2 nights before I leave. I live so much in the moment. It's actually
Which is
crazy.
good. I think it's very good to live
It's
in that.
good, it is. It is good. And it is the new earth way. Everything
Mm,
is now.
yeah.
Everything is now. And I like to be submerged in that. Like, I don't like to know what's coming necessarily. I just want to be led in these beautiful spiritual excursions, right? So, anyway, point is, I had no idea of any of it. I didn't even know we were going to Isis temple like the first day. And I get there, I'm like, what? My
Oh my,
balcony looks at the temple of Isis? Like, what?
it was the best. And you mentioned, you remember that day we spent in Dendera? Oh my God, that was the best day. Didn't you see the goddess? I remember you said we were doing a circle, we were chanting, and you were like, of course, we all woke up and you're like, God was with us. I'm like, what? And you said
Oh,
she was laying down in the middle and she was happy we chant for her. I remember that. I'm sure you
oh,
don't, but I remember that.
I don't remember, but wait, I do. No, I do. When we were all together in the Temple of Hathor in front of the door, and we were all
Not that
chanting,
crazy door. That's another story. Not
not
that
the
crazy
crazy
door.
door.
We
Oh, the
went,
one with the on the ceiling.
I don't remember. We were like in a little, not the cave, but we went somewhere where Robbie had to pay off the guards for us to go there, in there. And we
Yeah,
sat
that.
down
Yeah, yeah,
there
yeah, yeah.
and
That
we
was the one with the
chant.
astrological ceiling
Oh,
that then
maybe,
they took to the
maybe.
Louvre.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
yes, I
did.
remember that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
If I didn't know that.
yeah. The
But
Louvre has
yeah,
the original blueprint or something. Shahara knows. I don't
I
remember,
didn't know
but
that.
something about the Louvre having it.
But I remember
But
you said that Ator was there and she was happy with Chen for her. I was like, really? Oh my God.
yeah,
How do you see that?
yeah, I just know. I can see and I just hear. Yeah.
Wow.
So if I said that, then definitely that came through. That came through in that moment. And that is powerful. And yeah, I mean, those
So
energy.
what happened with the crazy door? I remember the story about the crazy door. You said you were like touching the walls and like a crazy door, black door open, like to another universe, something like that. And you're like, I'm not going in there
Yeah, you remember that. You have such a good memory,
because
Veronique.
it's crazy.
Wow. Oh, yeah, no, it's just normal. It's normal stuff. Like like, yeah. Well, I didn't know much again about Egypt or any of it, right? I had found out I'm going to Egypt a month before I left. I didn't know anything about the Temple of Hathor. I didn't
Mhm.
nothing. And so I went to the door because Shahara said, "Well, go to the door. It's a portal." I'm like, "Okay, yes, of course, it's a door. Of course it's a portal." So I go and by myself. I think Nicole was behind me,
Mhm.
um, who does the sound healings from New York. Nicole,
Not
she
with
was
Nicole here. I was with
yeah,
her
okay.
when we heard the music. Remember, I was with her. Maybe maybe
Oh,
she's
yes,
the
yes,
one
yes,
doing all of this.
exactly. Yeah, and I just went up to the door and I closed my eyes and I intended to go deep, and I heard all of these. It sounded like birds or something, like yeah, and then all this noise, very loud, like birds is the only way I can describe it. And then yeah, I remember that was crazy. The door, it went black and it went into a deep tunnel. And I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna." I was like, "Nope." I just sealed it off. I'm like, "I'm not going there. That doesn't feel good." Yeah, it was almost like that wasn't a I had to like shut that off. Yeah. And I
My
kind of went back
God.
like, no.
Because remember, Shehara told us, no, Robbie told us some people disappear, a group like back in the 80s, I don't remember. They did a sound bath in the or ceremony in the King Chamber, and
Oh, in
we
the
never heard
King's
of them.
chamber. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder what really yeah, if I had walked through that portal, then we wouldn't be talking right now. So good thing we closed that door.
You would have met them. They were waiting for you at the end.
Right,
Waiting.
right.
Come, my child, come.
Like, so that's where you guys went. Okay.
Yeah, that ceremony in that King Chamber was crazy. It was.
Wow.
I love it. I see you like a priestess doing a lot of things on top of us. We were inside the sarcophages. Oh my God. When I told
Yes.
my husband, he's like, how did you come back from this?
Yeah.
Like, you ladies are crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was a super powerful
That
transformative.
was intense.
I I would love to share with you what I believe we were all really doing that
Oh
day.
my God. What were we doing?
So, we were all everyone going into such a sacred chamber and pyramid that is directly connected to the Orions and so much, right? It's you're going to have an activation from
Hmm.
whatever level you're on. And each one of us had activation and healing and alignment and all of that when we laid in the not only when we entered the pyramid, when we were in the Queen's chamber first, and we were all toning together in the Queen's chamber. That was an activation. Then we go up the stairs into the King's chamber and into the actual sarcophagus, um, or King's.
Yeah.
What do they call that? The sarcophagus? Or
Yeah, I mean, I actually the one I think in French, I say sarcophagus, but I think it's maybe
okay,
the way
yeah,
you say it. I'm not sure.
okay, yeah. So we all had our
In
awakening
the
moment and
coffin.
our healing, our alignment in the coffin. You know,
Yeah.
and that's speaking more individually. But really, as a collective of us soul group, all of us together, 15 or 17 of us, or however many it was, like I said, that sacred container that we were, going in there on 11/11 at 11/11 and doing this activations was really an ascension point for the planet, I believe, and back to more of my New Earth talks. But it was where we were able to anchor that rainbow frequency in the New Earth frequency. And it was kind of like a starting point for what now we're experiencing, only 9 months later. There's been a lot of shifts and changes that the earth has gone through in this past 9 months, including this most recent crown chakra activation that happened, where Suki was with Robert Grant, led that group and that container. Not to mention just from this grand central sun and all the solar flares that have hit Earth. That was a real important moment for our souls to be together in the quotance of light that we all hold to activate together for new earth. And that's what I was seeing. And so when you
Yeah. Sorry, I left
go
the
ahead.
planet. I left the planet that day. Elle
Beautiful.
left physically the planet. She physically left the planet. I don't know if you know about her
Yeah,
story.
I could see that. I could see.
She was talking.
Yes.
She was talking to beings.
Yeah, that's
Telepathy. Talking to
uh,
being telepathy. She was seeing geometry, form and stuff. She wasn't with us. Remember, she was
yeah.
crying when she come back. She couldn't even come back fully. It was
Yes.
a whole episode.
Well, that's part, and I'm just so happy to hear that, and I'm so proud of her for answering that call because from what I know of her, she those are her gifts, the light language
Yes.
and her connection to the starseed groups. And that's so important now and as we move forward to the next 10, 20 years.
She said she went back home. When she was
Oh,
talking to
beautiful.
those beings, she said, "Oh, finally I'm home," because she told me she always felt like she wasn't really belonging here. But she said when she was
Mm,
there, she went back home.
mm,
Oh my
yes.
God. And me, I was just hearing voices while I was in there. I was hearing like a full choir singing. And I'm like, "Who's singing?" I thought it was the guard and rabbi singing because my eyes were closed. And I opened my eyes. No, nobody's singing. And I hear like a whole choir.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yeah,
"Who's singing?"
that was really profound. I mean, Shahara was singing in the beginning when we first walked up with all of
Yeah,
that,
in
and
the
that
beginning,
sounded
but after she wasn't because it was Nicole playing. She was playing her
yeah.
balls. And Shahar was doing, doing people to people. And I was hearing full choir singing. I'm like,
Oh, and you
because I heard
kept
like a,
hearing the singing. Oh,
yes, I heard like a man voice. First it was a woman, then I heard like a man. And I'm like, who is singing?
wow. Oh,
It
that's
was
so
really
cool.
weird. Yeah,
That's so cool. That's
I know.
amazing. Probably your angelic guides, most likely. Yeah.
Hopefully. Well, Christy,
Yeah.
I think we have to go now because we're out of
Okay.
time.
Okay.
I have like another 1,000 questions to ask you, so maybe we're gonna have to come back.
Yes, I would love to. It was so fun. I had such a good time. And thank you for having me
I
and
love it.
letting me have a platform to share. And I
Yes,
really appreciate that. And I would
of
love to
course.
come back and talk more.
Yeah,
So
we will.
yes.
You're gonna have to come back. So I'm gonna put
Okay.
all the information on the show notes. Your website, your foundation.
Okay.
If people want to contact you, anything you do, so
Okay,
you can
please. Yes.
share your gift with everybody, like you're doing over
Thank
there.
you.
Love it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And blessings to you, blessings to all, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.